What's up guys, Zami here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. Today we're looking at the texture balm from Grand Classic Grooming. This is an all-base clay with a firm hold and it's a product that's been truly hyped within the pomade community. I've always been curious to try it out myself and Jay kindly sent me a couple products from their lineup, so thanks Jay. And while I was sent this product for free, this isn't a paid review and all thoughts and opinions remain my own. With that out of the way, let's get into the review. First, let's talk about the scent. If you watch my unboxing and first impressions of this, which you can watch over here, I couldn't make out what the scent was. Turns out, it's actually a coconut coffee scent. I still mostly get this bitter, almost earthy scent, but after using this for a few times, I do get hints of that slight coconut with that dark, bitter coffee. Honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of the scent at first, but it's definitely starting to grow on me a bit more. It's also a scent that's not overpowering and stays noticeable but subtle in the background. Now onto packaging and presentation. It comes in a 3.5 ounce black tin with a screw top lid. The label on the lid is nicely designed in this teal colorway with the brand and product name on it. You get all the information on the back label, including the directions and ingredients. Looking inside the jar, you'll see a very dark grey clay inside. Next up, application. Scooping out the clay is easier than I initially expected. While it is thick, it still has a softness to it, so it's very easy to scoop. It breaks down just as easy, feeling smooth and a bit sticky in the hand. It applies into the hair with some minor tug and pull, but nothing bad at all. I'm applying into dry hair as you can tell, but it applies into damp or towel dried hair just as well. For this demo, I'm using about 4 to 5 small scoops. Despite it being a clay, it actually combs through really nicely. It's not a dry clay at all and in fact has some nice slickness to it. And while it does feel slick, it's very important to highlight that it's not a greasy feeling at all. It just feels very slick but clean in the hair. It styles very nicely in the hair as well. You get pretty good control when styling and it offers some decent volume. The hold though, I wouldn't call a true firm. It feels pretty lightweight in the hair and I mostly get a medium to firm hold with it, which is still plenty to work with. I find that I also get a low to natural shine with this clay. Even though it's a clay, I think it can pull off cleaner looks with some volume, which you can see in the final result here. The texture balm needs little to no introduction from me. At this point, I think the reputation this clay has built stands for itself. Despite me not being much of a clay user, I definitely had my eyes on this cause for one, I actually like Grand Classic stuff and this is an all-base clay which usually works better for me. And while I think it's a great clay, I think that the pomade community has made my expectations a bit too high with it. Honestly, I was expecting something slightly more dry and waxier than what it actually is. Especially seeing all the results people were getting with the texture balm, I thought it was gonna be this thick, waxy clay. Maybe I'm not using this right or it's just how my hair is, but it definitely has a soft and slick feel in my hair. And because of that, I don't really get good texture with it, which is pretty ironic considering the name. You can get away with some fine texture, but I don't think it pulls off coarser texture all that well. With that said, if you're one to use clays for cleaner styles, this is great for that. I definitely think that this is a clay for the all-base pomade fanboy. It's slick but feels clean and adds a bit of volume to your hair, which I think is great. The endurance on this is also pretty good. It is pretty lightweight, so I wouldn't use this for anything intensive, but it's gonna perform just fine on moderate days. And despite it being all-base, it actually washes out really easily. One wash with shampoo gets the job done. Rinsing it does leave behind this soft and slightly greasy buildup which doesn't really do much for next day use. So final thoughts on Grand Classic's texture balm. Like I said earlier, this is a great clay for cleaner styles with some added volume. It doesn't pull off textured styles all that well, but if you're an all-base pomade user looking to get into clays, this is a good starting point. In fact, if you're a clay boy looking to get into pomades, this is a pretty good recommendation as well. It still has a bit of that clay feel, it does clean styles really well, and it's easy to wash out. You know, in case you're too much of a wuss to handle buildup. The texture balm is definitely a clay pomade if anything, and it's a good one at that. So yeah, I think that's about it. Hope you liked the review. Do leave a comment down below and let me know if you've tried or are planning to try this product. Like, subscribe, all that YouTube nonsense, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.